I think there are 4 main forehands you're going to hit. Look, there are tons of different variations on forehands, but I think these 4 are the ones you're going to hit. Forehand number 1 is just your rally ball. Your rally ball is a ball that you're going to make every time. That ball is going to be high over the net. That ball is going to be deep in the court. The ball is going to have spin on it, and the ball is going to be above the shoulder of your opponent. You're pushing your opponent back. When you push them back, they're on defense. When they're on defense, they can't be on offense. When they're on defense, the better chance you have to be on offense. Push them back. Forehand number 2 is the angle forehand. You want to get them off the court. You want to get them moving. You want to get them moving side to side. You get them off the court, then you can run them even more, right? You're having them do something that's under your control, okay? Forehand number 3 is the hard drive cross-court forehand. Forehand number 4 is the finisher. The finisher, hopefully it's a shorter ball, you're moving into it, you're taking it early, and you're finishing it down the line. Cross courts are the setups, down the line are the finishers. You want to set them up with the body blow, then you want to finish them straight down the line, the knockout. Forehand number 1 is the easiest forehand to hit. And it should be the easiest because you got to make it every single time. So preparation is key for all of these forehands. But if you're rushed, you can still do this. The angle, the drive, those need more time. But this is our setup. And our setup, you got to make it every time. So I do want to see always a great unit turn. I want to see that racket up. I want to see your hips turned. I want to see all of that ready. But when you're here, I want to see you be able to drop back, get that height on the ball, get that ball deep, get it cross court or down the middle, but push that person back. Both of those, excellent forehands. I love how I bounce it to myself. If only tennis was that easy. But preparation, you can hit it with an open stance, you can hit it with a closed stance. None of that stuff is actually that important. Yes, be ready, but get your racket back, get your wrist under the ball, use that spin, use that follow through for the depth, and push your opponent back. Forehand number 2, this requires a little bit more time. In a perfect world, you're hitting forehand number 2 inside the service line. But forehand number 2 is just an angle forehand. It's a way to get your opponent moving. The one thing I want to see with this is I want to see you on the outside of the ball here. If you think about tennis, usually the late misses are the ones we don't want. We don't usually ever have early misses. So this is one where we could have an early miss, but I don't mind those misses because that means you're getting the ball out in front. You're doing a lot of good things. But this one, you need a little bit more time to set up. You got to have, again, a great turn. But this is probably not your first go-to. You've hit your serve. This isn't going to be the first shot you're going to hit after that. You need to set it up with forehand number 1, the heavy, deep rally ball. Now you got him moving. You got him pushed back. Now you want to get him off the court. And it's as simple as right here, getting around the outside of the ball, getting them off the court. Forehand number 3 could be a knockout blow. Forehand number 4 we know is the knockout blow, but forehand number 3 could be. The only difference between 3 and 4, 3, I want you going cross court. So 3, there's a little bit more safety there, right? You got more court to work with. You got a lower net to work with. That's why we want to go cross court most of the time. When you go cross court, you got probably 5 to 7 feet extra that you're working with compared to down the line. You got a lower net. The lowest part of the net is the middle. When we're hitting cross court, that net is 3 feet high. That's the part you want to go over. You have a big old window to hit this. So maybe you're feeling like you have your opponent in the right position. You want to really go after it. You go for this forehand number 3, hard cross court. Lot of room to work with there. Big open window of space to go for. That's a big high percentage play. Forehand number 4, that's the knockout blow we've been talking about. You've set them up with the high heavy, you've set them up with the angle, you've set them up with the hard drive cross court. So now you have probably a weaker ball where you're going to have to move in front of the baseline. You're going to hit this with a closed stance. It's very important to move up to that ball. Usually the ball's dying a little bit. It's not going to give you as much. Most of the time when someone hits you a ball, it's coming at you. So you're actually using that force of the ball, that pace of the ball at you to help you hit your stroke. Maybe on this ball, the ball's a little weaker. Maybe the other balls are coming at like 60, 70 miles an hour, 40, 50 miles an hour. Well, this one might be half as hard, 25, 30 miles an hour. So now you have to generate some of the pace yourself. So what does that mean? That means you have to move up to the ball. So we'll see here, you've hit the good shot, you get the shorter ball, you move up to it, you go right down the line. Even farther, get up to that ball, finish the ball, you've won the point. Those are our 4 forehands. You can master those 4 forehands, you're going to be a very hard opponent to beat.